Darren has been a member of the group. He joined in March of this year. He's been a really active member. We're thrilled to have him. Take it away, Darren.
All right. Darren Roebuck. I'm a voice actor. And today I'm going to answer the biggest question I get, which is, what is it? What does a voice actor do? Well, I'm going to show you. Most of the time what I do is corporate stuff, relatively straight, boring type of reads about products or services. Every once in a while I get to do stuff that's more like for video games and character acting. So I figured in showing you what I do, I'm going to do a quick little story that involves 3 characters all conversing with each other. A little bit of a puppet joke. So what we've got here is an old dying king. We have a valiant knight, and we have the aforementioned evil leprechaun. And so, typically when doing multiple characters, you do one character at the time, and then edit it together to make the conversation. So, you guys, although the story is rather predictable, don't actually get to know the story until the very end. So, we will start here. I usually just start with the ones that are the lowest in my range, and then we'll just move our way up. So we'll start with the old dying king.
Valiant, I'm so glad you've come. I need your help. The kingdom is in grave danger. Leprechaun has stolen the sword of unlimited power. It's worse than you think, good Valiant. Not only has he used the sword to steal the dragon's vast treasure, but he now has plans to capture my granddaughter Spirulina and make her his queen. Indeed. Valiant, you have saved the kingdom once again. We are forever in your debt.
Okay, so that's the king. Next we have the valiant knight, who will sound an awful lot like me. I just erased it. Well, we're going to do the king again real quick.
All right.
But we'll do it quickly this time.
Valiant, I'm so glad you've come. I need your help. The kingdom is in grave danger. Leprechaun has stolen the sword of unlimited power. It's worse than you think, good Valiant. Not only has he used the sword to steal the dragon's vast treasure, but he now has plans to capture my granddaughter Spirulina and make her his queen. Indeed. Valiant, you have saved the kingdom once again. We are forever in your debt.
Okay. Now, moving on to valiant.
Way better the second time.
Usually it is. What is it, my liege? Good heavens! This must be stopped. If Leprechaun takes over the kingdom, who knows what horrible terrors he will bring over the land? You can count on me. Not if I have anything to say about it. You will not get away with this evil scheme of yours as long as I'm alive, Leprechaun. Ha! Unbeknownst to you, my armor was charmed by the same wizard that charmed your sword, and not even the sword itself can defeat it. Think nothing of it, my king. It was my honor and my duty. Okay, now we get on to the part I know you all were waiting for, which is the evil leprechaun. Okay. This one's a little tougher, but we'll somehow manage. Okay.
Now that I have the sword of unlimited power, nothing can stop me! I will take over the kingdom, make Spirulina my queen, and then take over the world! Huh? Valiant, I thought you might turn up. Well then, we'll see what my enchanted sword and I can do about that.
Okay, so now, wow, we're gonna get into probably the most interesting part of the whole thing, which is the battle sounds in the sword fight. So we'll start with Valiant's battle sounds.
Take that!
Okay.
You have that written down.
And then the evil leprechaun's version of that as well.
Oh, Valiant, you have bested me. But how did you do it? Curses.
So now we're on to editing.
Great job.
So, given the power of Pro Tools here, and as I've already cut most of this up, we should be able to snap the editing together pretty quickly, since we only have a couple of minutes. So, hopefully, if I did my job right, most of this stuff should just go together.
We're moving into your studio.
Yeah.
I just want to watch him
Whoops.
play.
And then,
You can count on...
I think that's right. Let's see. I know, this is the exciting part of voiceover. Watching the guy.
Indeed. You can...
Okay.
Valiant.
All right, that one's the end, so we'll move it down. Actually, just do this one. Yes, most of the time, voiceover is not a spectator sport.
I feel like we should have like Jeopardy music.
I am. I have a little mirror over. That's at the cooking show. Yeah, exactly. I appreciate all your guys' silence, well. It really helps a lot in the recording process. Okay, so let's see if I can just get this playing a little bit to save some time. And together.
Valiant, I'm so glad you've come. I need your help.
What is it, my liege?
The kingdom is in grave danger. Leprechaun has stolen the sword of unlimited power.
Good heavens!
It's worse than you think, good Valiant. Not only has he used the sword to steal the dragon's vast treasure, but he now has plans to capture my granddaughter Spirulina and make her his queen.
This must be stopped. If Leprechaun takes...
Oh, wait a minute.
Indeed.
You can... Not if I have any...
All right. So that was the very first part.
Now that
Okay. Oops. Okay, so we'll start here.
Now that I have the sword of unlimited power, nothing can stop me. I will take over the kingdom, make Spirulina my queen, and then take over the world.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Valiant, I thought you might turn up. Well then, we...
Oops.
Ha!
No, that's the end. All right, so let's just edit together the sword fight part, because I know that's the part you guys have been waiting for the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this actually is relatively simple to do. You just cut out the space in between and then alternate them. And then, of course, the one that dies gets the last one. Isn't that the way it always is? Perhaps. Anyway. Alright, let's see just how this goes here. Hopefully this will be fun. The cool thing about the fight noise is that they don't have to go into any particular order, so we'll just start like that.
How did you do it? Curses.
Valiant, you have saved the kingdom once again. We are forever in your debt.
So that's the abridged version. So that's it in a nutshell, what I do every day. Questions?
So I see you as you prepare for a character and you're going back and forth. I'm curious, what do you do in your own mind? Do you visualize this person? How do you get into that character?
I mostly try to clear my mind. And the reason for doing the characters individually is so that they don't become each other. So they can, the jargon term is character creep. If I'm doing the old king and the leprechaun one after the other, they can start to sound like each other. So I do visualize. I definitely try to take on their physical characteristics, and because that also shapes how the voice sounds. So like the old king's going to be a little more crunched, and the valiant's going to be a little more with his chest out, that kind of thing.
How long until you can come to the leprechaun on my phone system?
I can be there this afternoon if you like.
I think that would be great in the tax office.
Yeah, especially when people laugh. That always inspires clients.
IRS is coming.
Nightmares.
Yeah, we should remove their nightmares is the point. But
So Darren, were you a big fan of Firesign Theater back in the day?
you know, I wasn't a big fan, but I was aware of it. I listened to it, and I definitely enjoyed that stuff. Mostly, I just studied Mel Blanc. He was my hero.
Other questions for Darren?
I have one. How in the world did you have the audacity and courage to sit down and do that live in front of all of us?
You know, it's the thousands of hours I've spent in my studio. It just gets me comfortable with it. So, you know, it's like when you know how to do something, it's not so hard to get in front of a group.
We sure do.
Thanks.
Great job, Darren.